Chiefs must be free to talk politics, former MCE.
UK-Ghana partnership yields 80.3 million euros. Tema Aflau Road project, that's in business. And international news, Zambian miners quarantined by Chinese employer freed. And in sports, Thomas Partey to arrive in Ghana camp late due to imminent Arsenal move. And in entertainment, Davido's crew chops bounce at a drinking bar in Ghana.
And to our first story, a white Toyota 4x4 has been set ablaze by an angry mob at Seshi Afre in the Bodi district of the Western North region after the driver reportedly bumped into three people, killing two instantly while the third sustained severe injury. The car with registration number BA163319, according to a report which was en route to an engagement ceremony in a neighboring town, Seshi Antobia, in Dwaboso district, when the unfortunate incident occurred. Shortly after the incident, the driver, identified as Patrick Fuache, reportedly escaped the angry mob and rushed to the Seshi Dwaboso police station. While waiting for a response from authorities, the mob took the law into their own hands and set the car ablaze. Residents who partook in the arson claimed the driver was reckless. Meanwhile, the deceased persons have been identified as Kwabnankwa, 42, and Ramza Adamu, 16. The survivor, who is in critical condition, is receiving treatment at the Akomfo Anoche Teaching Hospital.
And the second story, Parliament reconvenes on Tuesday after a lengthy recess. Minister of Parliamentarian Affairs and Majority Leader of Parliament, Honorable Osei Chairman Sabunsu, has stated that the House is expected to resume sitting tomorrow, October 6, 2020, after a long break. According to him, they have a number of bills to work on and are also expected to complete most of the bills as the country prepares for the 2020 general elections. Speaking on OKFM's Adiche Bia program, he explained that the key among the bills to be discussed include the Interstate Succession Law, Blood Donation Bill, a bill on the Council of State, among others. Parliament would, however, rise again on the 6th November because various members of Parliament would have to go and campaign in their various constituencies ahead of the 2020 general elections, he added.
And to our third story, news reaching mynewsghana.com has confirmed that a branch executive of the Opposition National Democratic Congress, NDC, in the Pusika district of the Upper East region has been shot dead by unknown gunmen. Khalifa, believed to be in his late 30s, who operates a drinking spot at Wedana within the Pusika enclaves, was shot on his leg and stomach by his assailants, who demanded for the 70,000 Ghana cedis they claimed he kept to buy a house within the area. The deceased, who handed over 500 Ghana cedis to his attackers, believed to be robbers, who was shot twice and abandoned on the floor until he bled to death. Sources disclosed by mynewsghana.gh.com that the deceased had agreed to buy a property worth 70,000 Ghana cedis, but the owner demanded he changes the amount into Sefa, which he was said to be in the process of doing before the robbery attack that claimed his life. One person has so far been arrested in connection with the incident, while his accomplices are said to be on the run and are being pursued by the police, who confirmed the attack to his portal.
The vice presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman, would today embark on a 5-day campaign tour of the Eastern region. The tour would give her an opportunity to interact with and deliberate on important issues of national concern with the traditional authorities, religious leaders, civil society organizations, and citizens from all walks of life. Her priority would be to communicate the People's Manifesto and provide further clarity on the NDC's plan for national building to the constituents. Professor Opoku Ajiman would tour Aswajiman, Lower Mena Krobo, Upper Mena Krobo, Yilo Krobo, Ochere, Asene Manso, Akroso, Kede, Akwetia, Lower West Akim, Koforidua, and Nkoko. She would also tour Ebrim, Etiwa East, Fantiakwa North, Abokwa North, New Draben South, New Draben North, Ayenswano, Upper West Akim, and Isawam, Adwajiri.
And to our fifth story, but for the swift intervention of the studio producers and the host, the district chief executive for Setche Afram claims would have traded blows during a live studio radio discussion on Akuma FM's weekend flagship program, Wonsum, with former municipal chief executive for Boase. The heated confrontation ensued after the DCE, Joseph Owusu, popularly known as Odencham, representing the New Patriotic Party, NPP, on the program, took the former MCE Kwesi Oforiye Ajiman, who represented the National Democratic Congress, NDC, for questioning Deputy Railways Minister Andy Apia Kusi's submission on the cost of the Kumasi-Obuasi Railways project yet to begin in the Ashanti region. What appeared to have been a normal, friendly studio discussion of ideas turned into the trading of insults and serious verbal abuse, resulting in a near brutal scuffle. But for the tiny intervention of the host, Ediana Bak Kofi Asante Enin, a different story would have been told. The host had to abruptly break for over 10 minutes to calm the two hot-tempered politicians down. Wonsum is a weekend political show on Akuma FM, which seeks to discuss the major political and social issues that made headlines within the week.
A former municipal chief executive for Akuapem North, Dennis Abuaji, says traditional leaders must be free to contribute to political discourse. Some chiefs, including the Ochihene and Domahene, have been criticized by a section of the public for endorsing the NPP and the NDC respectively. Article 276 of the 1992 Constitution bars traditional leaders from engaging in active partisan politics. The ruling NPP maintains endorsements from chiefs cannot be classified as engaging in active party politics. Mr. Abuaji noted on the Morning Star Monday that the chiefs are simply playing their part in national building. But a member of NDC communications team, Benjamin Esuman, says his reading of the Achihene's endorsement is that he is a direct beneficiary, so he is defending his staff. Meanwhile, former United Nations advisor on governance, Prof. Bafo Ajimanbia, says the constitutional provision that bans chiefs from active politics is not enforceable. According to him, the law failed to consider the cultural disposition of traditional leaders as political leaders of their subjects. Speaking in an interview with Star FM, Prof. Bafo said chiefs must be given the leeway to do politics if they cannot respect the constitution.
And to international news, a group of Zambian miners held by their Chinese employer for 5 months as a safety measure against coronavirus have been released, the Lusaka Times website reports. Their release on Sunday followed the intervention of a local MP. They had been held within the mine complex to prevent them from contracting the virus and infecting the Chinese supervisors. Vice President Solus Chilima told Parliament 2 weeks ago that the government was not aware of the workers' detention, the website reports. The Chinese managers are reported to have left the mine when a delegation of government officials arrives to release the miners. Zambia has to date confirmed more than 15,000 corona cases, virus cases, and 333 deaths.
And in business, the United Kingdom Ghana partnership has brought together funding and expertise to build new major road system, creating jobs and building expertise across Ghana. In a statement issued by the British High Commission in Accra, the partnership is said to have yielded the 80.3 million euros project to build the Tema Aflao Highway, agreed between the Commission and the Ministry of Roads and Highways. It said the Tema to Aflao project, which forms part of the ECOWAS Coastal Expressway, would employ more than 500 Ghanaians. The statement said representatives from the British High Commission had witnessed the signing of a contract that would increase infrastructure and create jobs in the country. It said the Ministry of Roads and Highways has signed a contract with BHM that would see the construction of a major road system. According to the Commission, the project would improve Ghana's transport links whilst creating skilled jobs for local people across the country.
A crew following popular Nigerian musician Davido were denied entry into a Ghanaian drinking bar in Accra on Sunday. The 30 billion boss and his crew were out to chill in the night at Bloom Bar when the unfortunate incident occurred. Davido, according to reports, gained entrance into the place, but his crew were left behind at the gate after failing security checks. The OBO crew were suspected to be in possession of an illegal substance, which management of the facility did not approve of. Zion Flex reported, upon realizing his men were denied entry, Davido decided not to party again. The minutes of altercation drew the attention of many whose only motive was to catch a glimpse of the Nigerian superstar and his encounter with officials of the bar. The Nigerian musician arrived in Ghana on Saturday morning to spend the weekend in the West African country. The 30 billion boss arrived in a private jet with his crew and was escorted to his hotel without going through the checkpoints, reports say. Since arriving in the country, Davido has linked up with a couple of A-list musicians, including BET award winner Stone Boy.
Ghanaian midfielder Thomas Partey is set to delay his travel to join the Black Stars ahead of the international friendlies against Mali and Qatar later this week due to his imminent move to Arsenal. Partey has been a top transfer target for the Gunners throughout the summer transfer window. Arsenal has previously indicated that his release clause is too high, but have now changed their stance and are willing to meet the clause. Sources indicate that Arsenal has paid his release clause of 45 million euros, and he is expected to undergo a medical and Madrid to complete the move on deadline day. The deputy captain, who is expected to join the Black Stars team in Antalya, Turkey today to begin preparations for the double-headed against Mali and Qatar, would have to stay in Madrid to have his medical ahead of his move to the English Premier League side. The 27-year-old may have played his last game for Atletico Madrid over the weekend against Villarreal in the Spanish La Liga.
And this draws the curtain down to Radio Guy Online Evening News. Before we take leave of you, a recap of the headlines. Engagement car set ablaze after ramming into 3 people, killing 2. Parliament reconvenes on Tuesday after lengthy recess. NDC youth organizer shot dead by an unknown gunman at Pusiga. NDC's Professor Jane Opoku-Agyeman begins tour of Eastern Region today. NDC NPP reps in near exchange of blows on live radio. Chiefs must be free to talk politics, former MCE.
UK-Ghana partnership yields 80.3 million euros Tema Aflau road project, that's in business. In the international front, Zambian miners quarantined by Chinese employer freed. And in sports, Thomas Partey to arrive in Ghana camp late due to imminent Arsenal move. And in entertainment, Davido's crew chops bounce at drinking bar in Ghana.
I am Adelaide of Bobby, sir.
And I am Joshua Zonu.
Have a good evening.